Hey, bestie. First of all, Merry Christmas to everybody. I have a story time for y'all before we go to bed, but you have to go get your snack, okay? It's okay. You can have a late night snack. It's okay. Get off the bed and go get a snack, bro. Thank you. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't care if your back is getting big. Get that snack. Anyways, so there's this guy. Let's call him Mark. Mark submitted this story from something that happened to him a couple of years ago. Until this day, he has no explanation for it. And before this, he didn't really believe in anything haunted or supernatural, but now he truly, fully does. Hence why he follows my page. And let me just say, I like the guys that follow my page. I want more guys to follow my page. Wait. I realized how that sounds. What I meant was the girls obviously follow my page, but I feel like why can't guys listen to spooky stories too? I know I have a couple of guys that follow me. Or maybe you guys are silent watchers. So if you're a guy, comment under this video. So Mark is a corporate guy. Mark went to college. He has 2 masters. He currently works a corporate job and he makes a lot of money. However, he works all the time and he travels all the time. So around the holidays a couple of years ago, he ended up having to travel to this really small town because his company was expanding into that small town. And the town was basically like trees and cabins. Anyways, he doesn't stay at a hotel since it's Christmas. He decided to stay at a cabin, basically like an Airbnb, right? So he books the Airbnb and whatever, and he gets to the house. Everything is great. They even have a Christmas tree there. Obviously, Mark is completely different from this town. Like, he's like a city boy, and this town is like, I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, he gets there, he meets his Airbnb host, they spoke, he's very nice. The host tells him that the neighbors are very friendly, like they're very good people. But the Airbnb host kept it a buck with him and told him, let me tell you something. If after midnight, there's a rule in this town, after midnight, you never open your door. After midnight, if you hear people calling your name, you hear people singing, whatever you hear, you don't. Because it seems like you don't know what kind of town that you came into, but I'm letting you know. And Mark thought that was like a weird request, but he was like, okay, I guess. Mark is like, is somebody gonna try to unalive me? The host is like, no, nothing like that. But there are weird things that happen, like supernatural things that happen here sometimes. And immediately, Mark is like, supernatural. These people are crazy. So he tells the host yes to just blow him off because he don't even believe in none of that. He goes inside the house. He's having a good time. He has a big meeting the next day because he's only there for like a couple days. That night, he's sitting in the room and he's watching TV. And he hears this faint singing. So he pauses the TV to figure out where the singing is coming from. He's like following the sound, and it sounds like it's coming from the front door. So as he's standing in the living room, he's hearing the singing. It sounds like Christmas caroling, but like not really. It's like he can make out some of the words and it sounds like it's a Christmas song, but like not really. Anyways, he's standing there and he's like, oh, I get it. I get what's going on here, because he looked at the clock and it was 12:02. He's like, okay, I get it. You guys are jokesters and someone is playing a prank on me right now. He's like, ha, 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 ha. Who is this? Like, you guys are, I get it. It's 12 and somebody want to play a prank on me. So he goes and does exactly what the host told him not to do. He opens the door. Again, he doesn't believe in anything supernatural. So he's opening the door expecting people to be there or somebody to be running, right? Except when he opened the door, no one was there. And the thing that solidified it is there was snow on the ground, and there were no footprints. When he opened the door, the singing stopped, and there's nobody there. In his head, he's like, okay, you guys are good. You guys are good. Okay. So he closes the door, and the moment he closes the door, he hears the singing again. Except the singing wasn't coming from the front door. It was coming from the back door. Again, he's like, ha, 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 ha. And as he's heading towards the back, he hears the singing still, except it wasn't coming from the back, but it was coming from the side window. And at that point, he's starting to get a little frustrated. And he's like, you know what? Like, y'all, okay, I get it. Y'all trying to scare me, but this is not funny anymore. I don't want to deal with this. For the next 30 minutes, the singing was coming from all around the house. It was like circling the house. Ultimately, he decides to text the Airbnb host to tell him, like, hey, I don't know if this is a prank, but like, I'm trying to go to sleep. I have a big meeting tomorrow and this is not funny. he didn't get a response. And so he's like pacing around the house. And afterwards, the singing just stopped, right? So he assumed the Airbnb host saw his text and they stopped pranking him. So he does like a last minute all around the cabin check before he goes back to the bedroom to go to sleep. And then when he got to the living room, there was a shoe mark in the in front of the front door, but on the inside. And the reason why he knows it's a shoe mark because there was snow there. At that point, he's like, for sure, this is the Airbnb host pranking me because no one else has keys inside the house. And at this point, he's starting to think like, I don't even want to be here if this is the kind of guest. Like, you're childish. Why are you playing games on your guests? So he sends a very not so nice text to the Airbnb host and he goes back to bed. When he woke up in the morning, the shoe print wasn't there anymore. And the Airbnb host had replied because at nighttime when he texted, the Airbnb host was sleeping. And the host didn't even say anything, but I'm coming over. The host came over and the first thing he asked him was, did you open the door? Did you open the door for anything? Anyone? Did you acknowledge anything? Because I told you not to acknowledge anything. He was like, yeah, I heard singing, so of course I opened the door. I think you guys are pranking me, and I really think it's childish. And he starts going in, and then, The Airbnb host just stared at him for a few seconds and started to walk away and told him, hey, man, I understand you're not from around here, but you need to leave. Mark is like, what do you mean I need to leave? What are you talking about? The host is like, believe me, I'm doing this for your own good. I will refund you your money, but you need to go to a hotel. And at this point, Mark is furious, but the host is not entertaining it. The host just leaves. And sooner, he got a notification that Indeed said that his whole trip was canceled and that he will be getting a refund. So Mark is furious. He's like, what the hell? Like, why would you even do that to me? And the host lets him know he needs to leave as soon as possible. Like, as you need to get going. So Mark is furious. He's about to write the worst review he ever wrote in his life. And as he's packing and he's angry, he looks outside the window. And there are two women standing there in all black. They had no faces and they were singing. Except this time, when they were singing, no sounds were coming out. He says he doesn't know how to explain it. They didn't have faces, but he could tell that they were singing, but there were no sounds coming out. And they were standing at the window. And that's when it really hit him. The host wasn't playing with him last night when they told him, you don't know about this town and you need to not open a door for anything. And he got the fuck out of there ASAP. He went and got himself a hotel and the trip went a lot smoother. But after that experience, he very much believed in supernatural because he started doing research about the town and he started finding stories similar. He even found some stories of people that didn't listen and didn't make it. Ooh, this story time was 8 minutes, y'all. I hope it gets pushed out. Every time I do a story time longer than 5 minutes, it never gets pushed out. It glitches. There's always something wrong. That's why I be doing parts. I don't like to do parts. I don't want to do them. But, whenever I don't do parts, something always goes wrong. But anyways, make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel. I just dropped a compilation video a few days before. So if you want to listen to story times from before without any interruptions, go ahead on there, subscribe, and go follow me on Instagram. All right, good night. I love y'all. And let me know what you had as a snack, okay? All right.